everyone. I'm Rochelle Chernowski. This is Shell Point Today for Thursday, November 14th. On today's show, we discover why residents are already excited about the gift-giving season. We'll also talk to Harriet Reece of the Shell Point Library, who is offering a talk on the best writers of the 20th century. But first, our Festival of Heroes Week continues with several events on the docket. A Shell Point group will travel to Lee County's new $17 million Emergency Operations Center. Court pickup for their tour starts at 8:30 a.m. At 2 p.m., we get a dramatic one-woman recreation of Emma Lazarus, the poet who wrote the words at the base of the Statue of Liberty. Bring me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free. Actress Rusty Brown will portray the poet at this free event at 2 p.m. in the Grand Cypress Room. And then this evening, the lights will shine bright in our church auditorium for the first Shell Point Concert Series event of the season. It's tenor Daniel Rodriguez, who became famous after 9/11, singing patriotic songs while wearing his New York City police uniform. His show is guaranteed to inspire and amaze, so make sure you have your tickets for family and friends starting at 7:30 p.m. in the church auditorium. Keep in mind, folks, this is your last chance to save money by buying season tickets for our Fine and Performing Arts Concert Series. If you want to take advantage of these amazing shows, then visit the service desk today to get your tickets or call our box office at 454-2067. Tomorrow, our Festival of Heroes concludes with a unique event we're calling Become a Volunteero. All the volunteer groups at Shell Point will be represented, and you can learn more about everyone from the Susie Q to the Pavilion Auxiliary to the computer lab proctors. And did we mention they have candy? That's reason enough to come. All are welcome to the Volunteero event happening tomorrow at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Woodlands Commons. Of course, there are other noteworthy events happening today. The Photo Club is meeting this afternoon at 2:15 p.m. in the Manatee Room. If you had a chance to see their recent photo safari to Picnic Island, then you know this group will inspire and instruct you to take better pictures. All are welcome to bring their camera and a few sample snaps to the Photo Club, meeting this afternoon at 2:15 p.m. in the Manatee Room. And if your tastes are more literary than photographic, then we've got just the event for you. Harriet Reece has a doctorate in education and volunteers at the Shell Point Library. She's offering a 2-part academy class on the greatest American writers of the 20th century. Session 1 begins Monday at 10:15 a.m. in the Social Center on the island. Terry Kolath has this preview.
Hello, I'm Terry Kolath, and I'm here today with Harriet Furton Reece. And Dr. Reece lives in Genonia. She is presenting a 2-session course for us in this academy semester, and it is exploring the lives and the works of 20th century American writers. Thank you for joining me, Harriet.
Well, thank you for having me here.
I love how you develop these classes for us and how you, especially in this one, are looking at the 20th century American writers and letting us focus on how they were different from the writers who came before.
Yes, and some people have said to me, you're doing a whole century? That's a lot. And so I've had to handpick some of the authors, and they may not necessarily be your favorite author, but they are the ones that will give us an idea of how the American literature had changed over that century.
Well, right off the bat, I feel kind of a pride in these authors because they did become uniquely American voices for us, didn't they?
Yes.
And how did that happen? Who were some of these writers that you're going to talk about? Some of them I see from the photographs were pretty far out ahead of other people in their thinking and.
Very true. Well, J.D. Salinger certainly fits into what you just said, and some of the people who wrote about the who were called muckrakers, and and I've got a kind of a unique way of talking about that because we're going to break those 2-syllable words into some reality meaning and how that affected their writing. But Baldwin, we're going to be talking about, and a few others that maybe people are not very familiar with, along with, of course, Faulkner and a few others that we certainly can't skip over. Plus, we put some poets in there, Frost, and certainly T.S. Eliot. And towards the end, I believe it is, we'll have some opening of some plays. And we're going to talk about some of those playwriters who were more interested not in the fiction part, but how to get this on a stage and to be presented before the American people. And that also changes rather dramatically.
Now, you've shared with me that you're really going to talk about literary theme, and that you're going to use examples of writers that typify a certain theme.
Yes, and those themes change dramatically throughout the century. In fact, as I'm analyzing that century, I can see several major breaks. And what I've been doing is gathering up the authors under various movements, literary movements, and then even though they could go in several of them, I had to pick which one to put them in at that point. And big changes from the beginning of the century to the end of the century, and almost shocking changes, if you will.
Now, you've also talked about the point of view. So interesting, the communication, how the writer communicates with the reader.
Yes, and I asked the question there, have you ever read a book and you got to the end and you weren't quite sure whether the author was telling you what he wanted to tell you? But we go and take a look at that sort of thing, and we find out that many of them had a specific point of view, and that's how they wrote most of the time. You know, some of the times they'd go off balance, if you will. So that's an interesting part of it, their point of view.
All right, the fourth question deals with style. Is that something that's very obvious as you went through the 20th century writers, that's changing of style?
Oh, the styles change dramatically. There's every time there is a major break, not only do the themes change, but also the styles change. And most of them are, forward-looking thinkers, just as they were in the beginning, as they cut off from the models of the European style and went into their own styles. But those styles change, and change. That's what is so exciting.
The whole thing's so exciting. And to think that you have looked at a century of writers for us, and you're going to present them in ways that I can guarantee will make you want to go back and pick up some of these books, because you'll look at these authors and their styles of writing and communication in a whole new way. There are 2 sessions, so please sign up only if your intention is to attend both sessions, because Dr. Reece builds in this 2-session course on a body of knowledge she's presenting us.
We have word now from our Resident Support Services Department, the guardians of the Shell Point Pet Policy. Now, with a community our size, there's going to be lots of people who love pets and lots of people who don't. In order for all of us to get along, Shell Point's pet policy lays out clear guidelines that benefit everyone. For example, the policy says that all pets must be carried or wheeled in strollers whenever in a common area. There are several advantages to this. It prevents people from tripping over leashes, for example, but the main thing being that animals don't have accidents on floors and hallways of common areas. However, we have noticed that many pet owners are pretty lax about this rule, as evidenced by the droppings we see in elevators and in parking garages. Ugh. What's worse, those pet owners then don't clean up after their pets. If you're a pet owner, set a good example. Carry your pet or put it in a stroller when walking through parking garages, hallways, and elevators. And if the pet does have an accident, please clean it up. That way we can keep Shell Point a safe, happy, and healthy place for everyone. If you have any questions about the pet policy, call our Resident Support Services Department at 454-2299. With the weather changing, fall is in the air, or at least the Florida version of fall. Thanksgiving is just 2 weeks away, and Christmas is not long after that. But there's one group of residents who are getting a jump start on the holidays, the Employee Christmas Gift Committee. They have been collecting funds all year through the Finance Department and through boxes on either service desk so that Shell Point residents can express their thanks to the employees. But some of them are getting quite carried away with the holiday spirit.
Are you sure this is the place we're supposed to be meeting?
Yes, Renee said it's time for us to get back to Christmas time.
Christmas always starts right here in the courtyard with our tree lighting.
So, where is she?
Hey guys, what's up?
We're all here.
Here for what?
You said it's time for us to get back to Christmas time, so we're all ready.
No. I said it's time to give back at Christmas time. For the employee Christmas gift.
Oh,
yes. Yeah, we know.
Oh, we know. Well, we have the Christmas decorations, but the employee Christmas gift is something bigger.
The employee's Christmas gift is the one time each year that we can give gifts to the employees to let them know how much we appreciate all of their hard work.
How about we give them some Christmas ornaments?
You can, but what most of the employees would really appreciate would be some money.
I guess they could all use a little boost to buy gifts for the kids and travel to see family.
That's right. And with all of us working together, we can make sure that they get a worthwhile gift.
So it's time to give back at Christmas time.
That's right, Joan. And I bet we can make it as easy as possible to give.
We could put donation boxes at each service desk.
That's good. What else?
We could offer forms from the Finance Department so it could easily be put on our monthly bill.
Good idea.
Good idea, Lynn.
Excellent. Just make sure all of the donations come in before Friday, November 29th. Because the next week, December 6th, we have the privilege of handing these gifts to the employees in person.
That's always a great event.
Okay, any other questions? All right, let's go then.
Okay.
All right,
let's go. Good idea. It's time to give back at Christmas time.
Yes, folks, the holidays are here. Thanksgiving is just 2 weeks away, which means it's time to plan for your Thanksgiving Day dining at Shell Point. That Thursday, November 28th, the Island Cafe will be open from 7 a.m. until 2 p.m. for custom hot breakfast or quick lunch choices hot off the grill. They also have homemade pies for sale throughout the season. In the Crystal Room, it's a bountiful buffet featuring hand-carved roast turkey, as well as ham, salmon, baked chicken, and other holiday favorites. You have an extensive selection of side items, as well as the always wonderful salad bar and autumn desserts like pumpkin pie. It's an all-you-can-eat feast for just $23.95. And remember, you can also save money by treating your family and friends on your Passport dining plan. The Crystal Room will be open from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. The Palm Grill at the Woodlands has an always exciting selection of menu choices, including filet mignon and Florida grouper. They also have the traditional turkey dinner, as well as many side items to choose from. Enjoy the elegant sit-down atmosphere of the Palm Grill, open Thanksgiving Day from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. Keep in mind that the Promenade Cafe will be closed, and all dining venues will be closed in the evening so our employees can spend it with their families. Now, what if you want to host Thanksgiving dinner in your home, but you don't feel like cooking? We've got just the solution for you. It's our take-home family feast. With a whole roasted turkey or baked ham dinner, including all the fixings, this meal serves at least 6 people. It's hot and ready to serve to be picked up on Thanksgiving Day. You can even spring for some homemade bakery items, like dinner rolls and holiday pies. The Thanksgiving Family Feast is just $56.95. That's less than $10 per person. To order a family feast, call the Crystal Room at 454-2199. So now that we know what's on the table in 2 weeks, what's for dinner today? Before we hear today's menus, let's get an update on all of Thursday's happenings.
Welcome everyone to the happening segment of Shell Point TV. My name is Leslie Brand and I'm here with Bev Chanley, and we're here to tell you about the activities for today. At 7:15, we're starting with the Health Connections, Bend, Breathe, and Balance in the Health Club. 8 o'clock is the Men's Golf Association, Shell Point Golf Club. 8 o'clock is the Round Robin Men's Doubles Tennis in the tennis courts. And at 8:30 is the Festival of Heroes Emergency Operations Center Tour. Court pickup starts at 8:30 on the island, 8:40 at the Woodlands, and 8:50 at Eagles Preserve. Sign up is required. 9:30 is the current events at the Woodlands. Also at 9:30 is the ladies match play at the tennis courts. At 9:30 is a paddlers club. Meet at the kayak storage on the island. And lastly, at 9:30 is the Samba card game. New players are welcome, and it's at the common second floor lobby of the Woodlands. 9:45 is the introduction to beginning line dancing at the Health Club. 10 o'clock, we have the Susie Q. They're going out to Woody's for lunch. Sign up is required. 10:15 is the basic line dancing at the Health Club. Also at 10:15, we have the poetry group in the Tarpon Room. 11:15 is the advanced line dancing in the Health Club on the island. Now here's Beth to tell us all about the activities for the afternoon.
Thank you, Leslie. We're going to start the afternoon at 12:45 with Mahjong being played in the Library Lounge. Then at 1:15 we have shuffleboard at the shuffleboard courts. At 2 o'clock we have a Festival of Heroes activity. We have Rusty Brown's portrayal of the hero Emma Lazarus. That'll be in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands. At 2:15, the photo club will be in the Manatee Room on the island. At 2:30, the Christmas cantata rehearsal will be at the church choir room. At 2:45, we have a Health Connection Balance and Mobility Training Level 2 in the Health Club. That's currently full. At 4 o'clock, the seamstress will be here for her weekly service. That'll be in the Osprey Room. 4:30 is the time the Alcoholics Anonymous meeting will be in the Sable Room at the Woodlands. And then 7 o'clock, we have Pinochle being played in the Library Lounge on the island. Also at 7 o'clock, we have a Trailblazers Bible study group. That'll be in the game room at the Woodlands. At 7:30, we have a Fine and Performing Arts Concert Series performance with Daniel Rodriguez. That'll be at the Village Church. You do need to have a ticket to go to that show, or you can buy them at the door. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll be back here tomorrow for the weekend edition.
Hi, I'm Terry Kolath with our Academy information for Thursday. At 10 o'clock, Math for those who never liked math continues in the Sable Room of the Woodlands. At 1 o'clock, Story Writing continues in the Buttonwood Room at the Woodlands. At 1 o'clock, our Mahjong Basics class continues in the second floor Country Kitchen at the Arbor in the Woodlands.
Menus for Thursday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is mushroom chicken with penne and roasted vegetables. For dinner, it's the Crystal Carving Board for $11.95, and the soup of the day is garden vegetable. In the Island Cafe for lunch on Thursday, enjoy a grilled chicken and cheese panini with fresh fruit for $7.25. The dinner special is Thai night for $8.25. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill on Thursday are grilled ribeye for $18.95 or stuffed pork loin for $13.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hi, I'm Randy Woods, and I'm here with Priscilla Waltz, and we're talking about the Shoebox Ministry with Samaritan's Purse. Priscilla, thank you for being with me today, and thank you for all you've done already this season to encourage this program. And tell me, how is the program going?
Well, if the absence of boxes is any indication, we're down to about 75 that have not been taken.
Oh.
So there are still some for people that want to get involved.
Okay.
Or that want to do a second or a third box
So
themselves.
There are empty shoe boxes available at the church anytime this week. Stop by and pick them up and fill the box. What can we put in the box as we want to share these gifts with boys and girls around the world? What kinds of things?
A T-shirt, a little book maybe.
Oh, nice.
A stuffed toy. I found some cute paper hankies that are
Oh, that's cute.
peanuts.
Yes, with a little
So they
peanuts
have
on
their
there.
own.
Charlie Brown.
A bar of soap and a washcloth.
Okay.
Candy. One of these, you know.
Noisemaker, yes. Inspire some musicianship there.
And school supplies, pencils, pens. If you send pencils, be sure and include a pencil sharpener.
Okay, well, that's practical.
Flashlight, toothbrush, toothpaste, combs.
Well, the personal items and toys, all those things, obviously appropriate for a small child, whether a boy or a girl. You can make those selections. Well, tell me, what has inspired you to be motivated to promote a project like this?
I think the visuals that Samaritan's Purse has allowed the congregations to use as part of their publicity has excited me almost more than anything else.
Well, it is a joy to see the smile on those faces, the young boys and girls, and we realize so many have very little of anything.
Right.
And a box like this brings great joy.
That's right.
It's a surprise. And I know that our church members, folks in the community, Shell Point staff have all participated in the past. We've done over 300 boxes in the past. What is our goal this year?
400.
400. And there are only at least 400. And we can do more than one box?
Oh, yes. We'd be happy to have you do just as many as you want. And if you run out of boxes from the church, you can get the plastic shoe boxes and use those, or you can use just a shoe box.
The basic shoe box.
Yes, but don't seal it, please.
Okay. Yeah, it is important. The instructions are on the little brochure that tell us how to prepare the box, and just put a rubber band around it so as to keep all the contents secure.
Right.
And then we'll pack them up and ship them. Well, I appreciated the guide here as it speaks preparing the box for a boy or a girl. Also some instructions if you'd like to make a contribution, a donation to support the ministry. And it's really neat that we can participate, share a gift like this, and knowing that it's going to make a big difference in a small child's life.
Not only that, but they get the message of Jesus.
Yes,
that
is important to remember, that the gospel presentation is included with each box.
Yes.
And there are scriptures that are represented and presented in the box, good story material, and educational and inspiring material that will encourage the young children.
Yes. And there's good follow-up, too.
Yes.
Both locally with native pastors or native Christian leaders, as well as the home office and their follow-up with supplying materials for them.
Good. Well, I know you've seen some of the pictures of the children. I would encourage folks to stop by the church if they haven't gotten a shoebox, or if you'd like to get another one, and start bringing them back, filled with the goodies for the boys and girls, bringing them back this Sunday. The collection date, if I remember correctly, is November 10th through the 17th.
Correct.
And we'll have all the boxes brought back to the church and then sent off to the distributor, where they'll be available and sent off around the world.
Right.
For more information about the ministry, be sure to contact Samaritan's Purse. You can get it on the website at SamaritansPurse.org, or get one of the brochures here at the Village Church, and that will help you. It's interesting that if you're really technically savvy, you can follow your box. You can get a barcode and follow your box to know which country your box has been traveling to be given to a small child. Well, it's an exciting ministry and great to be a part of it. Thank you for all your work to encourage and make it available for all of us to participate here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Priscilla. And thank you for what you're doing to fill the boxes and share the joy with children around the world this year through the ministry of Samaritan's Purse and the shoe boxes. Have a great day.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow as Dr. Trevor Elmquist tells us about dry eye syndrome and what we can do to treat it. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Thursday, November 14th. I'm Rochelle Chernowski. From all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.